Good morning, everyone. It's January the 2nd, or is it the 3rd? No, today is the 3rd already. This is crazy. I'm already losing track of time, and we're only 3 days in. Good morning, you guys. I am Darissa. I am the founder and CEO of God's Chosen Vessels, and I am also the creator of the Embrace Formula. So, good morning, and thank you for joining. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for sharing this early morning. It's raining here in California, so yeah, it's a different kind of morning here, but I thank God for this day. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd episode of Embrace TV, and we're going to get right into it. For those of you who did not join yesterday or our first day, good morning, Sunday people. I like that name. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the hearts and the love early this morning. What we are doing for Embrace TV, we pick a word, or we choose a word for the day in this handy little bowl here, and we just randomly try to come up with positive thoughts to start our morning. And this is not to take the place of your daily devotion if you have that early in the morning. It is just basically to get our mind right, to get on a positive path of thought process in the morning. So we're going to get right into it. The first word for Sunday was love. Yesterday's word was energy. And so today's word is empathy. Empathy. That's a very interesting word. I know my immediate thought, I used to get empathy and sympathy confused back in the day. And someone explained it to me. But let me see if I can do the best that I can. Sympathy is that that you feel for someone, you feel sorry for them, or you feel you have pity on them. Thank you, Sunday people. And then empathy is that thing you feel because of in reaction to what they feel. Good morning, something good. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the love hearts and for sharing. So it's like empathy is that thing that you feel, you would say something to the effect, I feel bad for that person. I feel really bad for that person. Good morning. Thank you, Facebook family and Periscope family. It's good morning. Everyone's. Good morning. And then sympathy is that thing, I know how they feel. So the difference is something that you can, because we're all human, you can relate to a certain extent. Your reaction to that person's feelings on whatever they're going through. That's the sympathy thing. I feel sorry for them. But the pity, the pity or the compassion, that's sympathy. But empathy is that thing, I know what they're feeling. I know what it's like. That's the difference. It's more of an internal thing. And I think as a society, we need more empathy. It's so easy for people to look at another group of people, whatever that group of people may be, and say, "Oh, I feel bad for them. Too bad for them. They have to go through that." But it's a different thing to feel, you know what? I know what they're going through. I know what they're going through. Because empathy tends to cause you to take action, to help. I'm looking at myself. My eyes are red. I've only gotten like about 2.5, 3 hours sleep. So you guys, pardon my eyes matching. I'm matching though. They're matching my shirt. Empathy is that thing I think we need more of. In this society, it's becoming very, very apparent. Looking at the day's events, that people don't empathize with each other. Whites and blacks don't empathize with each other. They don't take the time to know what each other's going through. Older people and younger people are clueless. There's this gap. They don't know. Good morning, Juliet. Good morning. Thank you for joining. They don't take the time to know what the other group is going through. Those that are well off don't. We match. Yeah, I'm matching. That's right. Those that are well off or are a little more to do, they don't take the time to empathize with those that are struggling. every day, trying to make ends meet, trying to feed their children. There's just no clue there. Empathy is so needed. And I think the difference, if you sympathize with someone, because we're all human, you can look at someone, in need. You take the time to even notice that they're in need, and say, wow, tisk, tisk, too bad for them. I feel bad for them. That's one way to look at it. But if you empathize with them, you really take the time to see that person's need and to really understand what they're going through and why they're going through it. Empathy, to me, tends to cause you, if your heart is in the right place, to take action, to help, to encourage, to do something in response to that person's feelings. If they're in need, if they're sad, if they're mourning, if they're troubled, if they're scared, empathy moves you. And I think that's the big difference. This is a very interesting word because I never really put a lot of thought into it. But I think that's the difference. I think, I know the difference between sympathy and empathizing is that one you feel sorry for the person. The other one is I know how you feel. And I think that know how you feel is the difference. The knowing how you feel causes you to take action. And so, yeah. Thank you, Juliet. I do too. That's my prayer every day. Every day I ask God to use me in some way. I make myself available to him. And when I make myself available to him, that means I need to, there's a song, Give Me Your Eyes. Give Me Your Eyes. I think that's the title of it. And I love that song, but it's like, give me the eyes, give me your eyes so I can see, things that I normally would just walk across and just don't really pay attention to. Give me your eyes so they'll stand out. If I need to stop and say an encouraging word, if I need to do something, it's within my means or my power or my knowledge, my thought bank. Because sometimes you are the answer to someone's prayer, but how many opportunities during the day do we lose or you just totally waste to empathize if we don't take the time to even know that there's a need? So that's why I say I think that's missing in society because we're going about our lives and we're so caught in our own little bubble, like I said, I use the example of blacks and whites. We got the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and there's a term on that, but this is nothing new. There's nothing new, and we have people who sympathize, but it's the people we need. Thank you for sharing, Juliet. I appreciate that. It's the people that really take action, and we probably can't solve the world's problems all by ourselves. Okay, thank you, sister, and you have a blessed day today. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for the hearts and love. I love you. Have a good one. Be blessed. And so I think, when we take the time to really see what the other guy is going through, good morning, Lisa. Thank you for joining, sis. All the way in the Bay Area. I think that if we take the time to listen and time to learn and literally put ourselves in the other person so we can empathize. We're talking about empathy. And I started off, explaining the difference between the empathy and sympathy. This is our word for the day. And so I think that would make such a difference. And again, putting action behind, I know how they feel. Okay, if you know how they feel, then what would you have wanted someone to say or do to you? I love you too, sis. God bless you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for coming on in and checking on a sister. So, I that's what I think. I'm so glad I pulled this word because it does. It'll put you in another frame of mind. So, again, we can maybe share the same prayer. Lord, give me your eyes. Give me your eyes so I can see. Let me empathize with that other person. Let me do more than say, oh, tisk, tisk, I feel bad for them. That's sympathy. Let's empathize. I think empathy is a God thing. I think there's even a scripture that says, bear ye, that we should bear ye each other's burdens. I don't really know the whole, I would love to get in touch with me. Thank you, my brother. This is Sunday people. Thank you. To God be the glory. Get in touch with me. um, what was I saying? I think it's in Galatians, I believe. Galatians 6:2. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Galatians 6:2 somewhere says to bear each other's burdens. I think in order to bear someone's burden, to me, that's action. That's an action. It's not me just standing off saying, oh, I feel so bad for her, kind of thing. Let me walk over here and see what the need is. Let me internalize, because 9 times out of 10 I've probably experienced something similar, so let me put my heart into that thing. Let me put my gut into that thing. Let me put some action behind that thing. And I think that's the difference. Good morning, Brother Larry. Thank you for joining. So I got a couple of men of God on here, so they could tell me, bear ye one another's burdens. I'm not sure exactly the wording, but I think it's Galatians 6:2. So correct me, Larry, if you're still in here, if I'm right or not. Take it on. Take it on and do good. So yeah, thank you, Lisa. Good morning. So that's what I'm walking away with today. This is our word, empathy. You guys go on over to again, let me introduce myself for those who are late coming in. I am Darissa, and thank you, Larry. Thank you very much. He confirmed Galatians 6:2. Thank you, sir. It's good to have brothers in the ministry. So I am Darissa. I am the CEO and founder of God's Chosen Vessel and the creator of the Embrace formula. And I'm so thankful that God has given me the opportunity to come and chat with y'all today. I love it. I love it. I pray. Good morning, Engine 065. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for the love and hearts. I just love each and every one of you. And I ask God's blessings on your life, and that he uses you as a chosen vessel today in some way, even if it's just to deliver a smile to someone whose heart is aching today. May he use you and use you in a big way, because we do have the capability of sharing Christ. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. Go ye therefore, teach all nations. Let's do it. Let's show him who he is. Let's be his hands. Let's be his, let's empathize. Let's be his hands, and let's be his words, and let's show the world Christ, because we might be the only Christ they ever actually get to see if they don't step foot in the church and they don't break open the Bible. We might be their first introduction to who that man really is. So anyway, I don't want to get off into another subject. We'll stick to empathy, but you guys empathize today. Empathize today. Empathize today. Ask God to give you his eyes so you can see where there's a need and where you need to show compassion and beyond just feeling something from afar, to get involved and empathize and let that person know you empathize. I think I could say it's action behind this word. That's the difference. So you guys be blessed. Know I love you, and I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on the word. So if you go on Facebook, I have a page I started for us embracers and chosen vessels, and it's called the Embrace Formula. And I posted it a couple of times on my actual page, so you can find the link through there, and just go on that page, join it, like it, and then when you find the word of the day, please share your thoughts, because I'd love to see what you think. All right, I love you all. Be blessed. Embrace your life and embrace your purpose, and cherish that time he's given you. Do something great today. He's giving you another chance to get it right, y'all. Take advantage of it. God bless you.